Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and I haven't done an expanded deck in a bit, so going back into expanded deck today, that's the live expanded beta format, which is Sun and Moon on. So you don't have access to all the cards for traditional expanded decks, but it's a fun format. I say, it's kind of, you're forced to be more creative since there aren't deck lists you can grab. So this is a Togekiss VMAX deck, which is kind of a control stall type deck, although it does do damage and takes prizes also. So built around Togekiss VMAX, it's a 4/4 line of that, 310 HP VMAX, tanky-ish, right? It can get one shot, but hopefully you're not, and then you can heal up with it. It's a free retreat, which is nice too. But so what this Pokemon has for an attack is Max Glide for 2 colors energy, which gives us a number of options of special energies in the deck. Max Glide does 120 damage. 120 damage on a 3-prize Pokemon is not great, but then when you use this attack, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So 2 cards into hand every time you attack. So you're setting up your next turn. You are vulnerable to Marnie and Judge, of course, with that, but which is unfortunate when that happens, but your opponent can only do that so many times, right? Eventually they're going to run out of those resources. So just take that attitude. If they Judge or Marnie you after, eventually they'll run out of those options. So it is a colorless attacker, so we play 3 different energies, 10 count as 10 energies in total, 4 double colorless energies. That's the best one. 2 colorless energies, no downside to it. We play 2 double turbo energy. This I could mess around with this in the triple acceleration energy counts. DTE also provides the 2 colors energy, but it does 20 less damage when you attack, and we are trying to take prizes with it. We're slowing down our opponent and making it hard for them to take prizes, but we do want to take prizes ourselves. And then we play 4 triple acceleration energy. It can only be attached to an evolution Pokemon. Yes, we could attack with Togekiss V also, but we need to be attacking with the VMAX because that's got the potential. It puts the cards into we search our deck for 2 cards and we attack with it. So that's the one we're attacking with. It gives us 3 energy. We don't need 3. We only need 2, but that's fine. Then what happens with this card is after you attack, it gets discarded. And we don't, unfortunately, have Special Charge, I believe is the name of the card, because that's not in this format that recovers up to 2 special energy from your discard pile. So we don't have that, so which is why I run a couple extra energies to make this deck function. But we can Cheryl with this deck, and therefore if we're Cheryling, we lose the energies anyway, so we kind of want triple acceleration energy when we think we're going to Cheryl the following turn. So a number of trainers is a good mix of trainers, and keeping that straight is one of the challenges with the deck. I played it a bit. I stopped playing it for a while. I'm just getting back to it, so I'm trying to remind myself of what this deck does too. You have a lot of pieces, but you have the ability to search out those pieces as you go along. So 1 Misfortune Sisters, look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and discard any number of items you find there. So just causing them some trouble, right? Slowing them down. Disruption's a big part of this deck. 4 Crushing Hammer, and you know what that does, probably flip a coin of heads, discards an energy off one of your opponent's Pokemon. Keep it so they can't attack. 3 Pal Pad to recover up to 2 supporters from the discard pile into their deck. We do want to dig through the deck, and we can loop for very long games. Be prepared for a long game when you play a deck like this. 1 Faba, a card that doesn't see a lot of play, but it's a supporter here. You choose a tool or special energy card attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon or a stadium and play, and put it into the loss zone. So you're permanently removing 1 tool, special energy, or stadium. So again, just making things tough on your opponent. 1 Cheryl, right? Heal all energy from an evolution Pokemon, and if you do that, you from all your evolution Pokemon. Sorry, if you have multiples in play and they're all damaged, they all get healed. But then all energy attached to those Pokemon that are healed that way is discarded, which is why triple acceleration the turn before, you lose the energy anyway, then Cheryl the next turn. Quite nice option. 4 Nest Ball just to help get set up. I think with this deck, I like Nest Ball more than Quick Ball. We don't need to discard things. We don't have on-play abilities. And speaking about not having abilities, Togekiss does not have an ability. We play it with a Pokemon, so it allows us to play Green's Exploration, a fun card, right? If you remember this, you can only play this stadium or the supporter if you have no Pokemon with abilities in play. You could have a Pokemon with abilities in your hand or in your deck, or in the discard pile, but not in play. We don't have, Togekiss has no abilities, so we can all utilize it. Then you search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, put them into your, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Usually you want to get support trainers you're going to play that turn, which would be then items, since you already played your supporter for the turn, or tools or stadiums, of course, would work also. The deck isn't play as many of those. You can grab more supporters sometime. Of course, once again you're vulnerable to Judge or Marnie. 1 Cyllene, flip 2 coins, put any number of cards. For the number of heads you flip, you put that number of cards from your discard pile on top of your deck in any order you want. 1 Field Blower to get rid of any combination of up to 2 tools and stadiums in play. That's quite nice. 2 Enhanced Hammers. It discards a special energy from your opponent's Pokemon. So it doesn't get rid of basic energy, but special energy. It discards it. It's better than Fan of Waves, which goes to the bottom of the deck. It's discarded, so they lose it, hopefully, for the rest of the game. And also, it's guaranteed, unlike a coin flip with the Crushing Hammer. So a very nice card in the deck here. Lusamine, 2 copies of that. That helps the deck go infinite and recover things. Put 2 combination of up to 2 supporters and stadiums from the discard pile into your hand. Actually, I think it's not up to 2. I think it has to be 2, but supporters and stadiums, and we do play, we'll see, Path to the Peak, which you'd probably expect that. 1 copy of Marnie for some disruption and some draw. 4 Path to the Peak, right? Rulebox Pokemon, Vs, GXs, EXs don't have abilities, so just keeping your opponent from doing what they want to do. 3 Evo Incense to get those VMAXs. 1 Roxanne, if we're down, opponent's taken 3 prizes, or if they've taken 3 prizes or more, then when you play this, each player shuffles their hand into their deck. You draw 6, your opponent draws 2, making it hard for your opponent to finish off the game. 1 Cheryl to get a colorless Pokemon with damage counters on it into your hand. Another way to heal, Cheren's Care, another way to heal besides the Cheryl. Energy Loto, since we're only playing special energy, this is the one way to increase our odds of getting special energy. You look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal an energy card you put that you found there and put it into your hand. So this applies to special energy also. The top 7, so you're not guaranteed. You see some of your deck, but since 10 energies, we have a decent chance of hitting it. 1 Guzma, right? It's like a boss, but you switch your opponent's benched with active, and then you switch when you're benched with the active. And then 4 Max Potion. You heal all damage from one of your Pokemon, then you discard all energy attached to the Pokemon. So another card that heals but discards energy. Again, triple acceleration energy works nicely with that. So that's what we got. So as we kind of be tanky, slow things down, do damage. Let's jump in and see how the deck works, right? Hopefully we get some wins. Hopefully we have some fun, and our opponents probably won't have a lot of fun, right? It's not fun going up against a deck like this, right? But that's part of the fun of playing the deck, right? Making your opponent's life miserable for a bit. Hopefully we get a match soon, right? The expanded beta, it's not ranked because you can't do that. Sometimes it takes longer. All right, I will choose heads. I would like to go first as a evolution deck. All right, and I get to choose. So yes, see what happens. I'm not as certain and expanded whether I should go first or second in general. I got 2 Pokemon, so that is not the norm. I could thin the deck with my hand with Nest Ball, even the deck by getting out the Togekiss. Let me get a little sound on. When I play on my own, when I'm playing without recording, I have sound off on the game, and I have some general music playing, but that is not music. All right, so we're up against Lugia. So I will thin the deck with a Nest Ball and thin my hand down. I don't want 3 Togekisses in play at this point, and I'll just end turn. So Path to the Peak. I don't want to play this turn. I'll play it at the end, during my next turn, assuming I don't get hand disrupted. So not bad. That's actually a pretty solid hand, right? Okay, so getting Archeops, probably getting Archeops in the discard pile. If I can keep Path to the Peak in play, they can't use their ability now. Whoa, 3 Archeops, so that's nice. So they have all their Archeops in the discard pile. Oh, Chaotic Swell, that's a nice play too. So that means I can't get Path down this turn. No, that's not true. I could Field Blower and play Path. The problem is, let's see what I draw. I think do I want to get the Path down? I'm going to play greens. So I could get Field Blower and something else, right? So let's see, is Field Blower there? Yes. And then, all right, I'm going to discard that also. I'm going to get rid of their special energy, sorry. I'm not going to develop my board state to the extent I would like, unfortunately, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't need Enhanced Hammer because I already had one, but that's all right. The other one will come in handy eventually and end turn. So let's see if they can get around this, right? If you're not familiar with Chaotic Swell, it's a really good counter stadium if you don't want to have, in this case, they don't want to see these paths to the peak down. What it does is all right, they're bumping the path, so that was a nice play on their part too. Wow, another Archeops, which I assume they're going to discard, so they're getting, just thinning out the deck. It makes sense. So 4 Archeops in the discard pile here. So a good start for my opponent. I'm going to have to try and come back. Not sure I can do that. We'll see what happens. I will certainly play Enhanced Hammer this turn. Professor Burnett, wow. They're just thinning out their deck. Wait. Oh, no, they discarded Professor Burnett with the Quick Ball, right? That's what they did. Okay. So are they going to play Dede Change? Don't know. So they're going to take the knockout. That's okay. I'll send up my other... Obviously, the Togekiss on the bench becomes the active. I will play down a 3rd Togekiss. That's okay, too. Getting Path down isn't so valuable after this, so I don't think I'm going to play Lusamine. I guess I just play Misfortune Sisters. I don't love that, certainly. And I play Enhanced Hammer, play Pal Pad. I guess those are my plays. So what's that other energy? So just double Colorless. Okay, just making sure. So not great at all. All right, do that. Enhanced Hammer. They're one-shotting me anyway, so I don't need that. It's not great, right? My position is not great. That's what I mean. I'm probably going to lose this game. My opponent got a decent start, obviously, and I've got a very poor start. So they're going to knock me out again next turn, and I'm in a lot of trouble, basically. So we'll see. I probably lose in a couple turns. Probably lose in 2 turns. All right, so what are those Aurora energies? All right, not that it matters. I'm just curious as what they played. Okay, Rainbow Energy. Okay. I don't really think they just win next game, right? So I will concede. Game didn't get going. Right? I don't think. I mean, I can put down. They just win next turn. So good job by my opponent. I didn't get going. I could have made a better choice with greens. I was 2 cards away though from what I needed. Right? I still needed to get the evolution card, which I play Incense. Could have grabbed that with that. And thinking in terms of greens with what I could grab with trainers, and I could have grabbed Energy Loto. Maybe I should have done those plays and given up on bumping Path. I mean, getting the Path in play. I went for the Path, which was Field Blower. I did make the mistake. I'm just going through. Right, obviously, that game didn't go well. I did make a mistake. I forgot that I had Enhanced Hammer, so that wasn't a helpful card. I could have grabbed either an Energy or an Evolution Pokemon. I still wasn't hitting the pieces after that fact, but it doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I still didn't make a mistake, and I don't want to avoid that in the future. And obviously, once one thing is different, who knows what happens, right? I grab a different card. I don't know if the deck shuffles differently or not. All right, so taking a mulligan, not unexpected, with only 4 basic Pokemon in the deck. So Mew sleeves, perhaps it's Mew. They're benching multiple Pokemon. That's probably not smart. All right, took a few mulligans. And shockingly, a Togekiss V to start. Okay, so that's not a bad hand. A DTE. All right, Lunatone Solrock. Mew sleeves just to be sly. Okay, are they going to be able to knock me out? I don't think so, right? That's the question. Well, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play down an energy, right? I'll assume they're not going to knock me out. If they do, of course, I'm sad. So I'll just end turn, right? I could attack for no damage because I'd do 20 damage. If they were an evolution, I'd do 90. But of course, they're not. It was only their first turn, so unless they use Boost Shake, it would not be an evolution. So Net, which is obviously a very nice card in Lunatone Solrock. We'll see what happens here. I mean, the Net does make the Lunatone Solrock a lot stronger. They only have 1 Solrock down. With the Greninja and the Mew, they don't have Mysterious Treasure. Okay, I was just double checking the fancy Pokemon League version. I mean, they could play Choice Belt also to get the damage up to what they need to one-shot me. I don't think they will. Assuming they damage me, don't knock me out. I can use Cheren's Care this turn. No, I can't. All right, so I'm losing. So that's unfortunate for me. All right, so what's that do? Spell Tag. So they put 4 damage. That's an interesting card. That's the nice thing. One of the nice things about Expanded, you see things you don't as familiar with. So they're going to attack this turn. Not going to knock me out. They do spread damage when they do this. A Radiant Greninja again? Okay. They play 2 Nets. Okay. You want to keep track of that. So, all right. So I don't think I want to use the triple acceleration energy. Let's think here. I think I want a Marnie. They might knock me out. The problem is they might take 3 prizes next turn, which I don't like that, right? I do not like that. All right, I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to attach the DTE Marnie. I do 100 damage, right? And that's enough. So I could have healed off all my damage, but I can't now. Path, which stops the Radiant Greninja from working. All right, so not bad at all. So what do I want to get here? I want a VMAX, and I have a healing card, right? Don't need energy. I'll grab a Cheren's Care. No, I'm gonna grab Miss Misfortune Sisters. I've got actually maybe I should have grabbed an energy. That's okay. Maybe it's not okay. I'm not sure. I could heal all damage, of course. They're probably gonna knock out my active, which is why I don't need to heal. Down to 150. It's almost guaranteed they're gonna knock me out next turn for 3 prizes, which is why I could have left it as the V, attacked with the V's attack, taken a prize, I only given up 2 prizes that turn, right? So I could hold off from evolving one, forcing them to take 8 prizes, right? I think I need to force them to take 2 prizes here. The problem is with this deck, as the game goes on, they get stronger and stronger. Right, I'd certainly love Lunatone Solrock before rotation. So the nets are powerful. Obviously, as they use up the nets, that's good for me because it makes it just harder down the road to do the big damage they want. So keep taking out the Lunatones. At some point, I like seeing the Radiant Greninja down. I like them filling up the bench space. Keeping the Mew and the Radiant Greninja in play is nice. Or are they gonna... No, they're discarding. I was like, oh, are they gonna take out my 2 prizer instead? But no. Didn't make sense, right? I need one more energy to be able to attack with Togekiss V next turn, which I think is what I want to do. I have Energy Loto, so I think I will use that first and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, a good retreat card for the Mew. We'll see what happens here. So, yep, they got the numbers exactly there. I guess I should not have evolved. I don't know. I mean, I need to get another energy attached, right? Which was going to be a bit of a itchy situation, too. So, let me... Energy Loto. Okay, I need another energy. So, I think... What's the Energy Loto count? I play 3, so let me play greens. I do need to take the knockout here. 1 Energy Loto and 1... What else do I want to do here? I'll grab a Roxanne for next turn. I don't know if I like that, but it is what it is, right? I would like to see another Energy Loto. I may have to evolve this turn, in which case... okay, I need to evolve because I need to take the knockout, and I may then lose quickly, which I'm not excited about that part of the game, but that sometimes is life. All right, what do I have? Greens and Marnie. I'm just thinking whether I want to play Pal Pad. The answer to that is no. So let's see. Cheren's Care. I definitely want that. And what else do I want to get going here? Start causing them some real grief, I think, right? So I'll grab Hammer. You know, if they knock me out, of course I lose. If they knock, they could gust up my V on the bench. That's always a possibility. Also, there's not much I can do about that. Hopefully, I don't disrupt my hand. Obviously, that as I said is a risk with this. Right? There's Marnie. There's Judge. They probably just played Marnie. They may play Roxanne, but of course I have not taken enough prizes for that yet. I do have Roxanne in hand, so if I happen to have the cards I want, I could Roxanne them. I think I do need to keep the VMAX. I need to scoop up the VMAX. It's not going to get knocked out this turn, but they may set it up so that they can knock it out next turn. They have one more net. Okay, we'll see what happens here. I could bump their stadium, which I wouldn't mind doing. What have they done? I've played 1 stadium. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so a fancy one of the U-turn board. It's weird the way... I'm not sure how PT Sugio was. Obviously, IRL, it's a full-size card. Here it's just kind of a little blow up of the image. All right, so they've seen their prizes if they weren't sure what they were. You know, the game's going. It's taking some time, but that's kind of the way it's to be expected. I will heal this turn. I may so I will evolve. Put this guy down. I want a Pal Pad also. So I want Cheren's Care. Maybe I should have waited. I'll grab greens also. I do want to get Cheren's Care back in hand for sure. I'll take the knockout. I don't know why I grabbed Hammer. That was dumb of me, right? Because I'm going to knock him out. The stadium's there. I think that's okay. I don't love that, of course. Take knockout. Yes, I always want to search for cards. So I want Cheren's Care. I think I want to make him miserable with. Yeah. Okay. With Path. Get rid of that stadium too. I don't really love that extra damage being put on. That's a concern, a slight concern, and stop them from using Radiant Greninja. Although my win condition, maybe they're decking out. I mean, I will take the prizes also. I guess I will take prizes first before they deck out anyway. I mean, the faster they dig, the quicker it gets. The key thing is I have to keep healing. That's the big thing. They can Roxanne me now too, so they may have that. I don't know what's in their hand or their deck. Okay. Rescue Carry, get a couple cards into their hand. See what they do next. I mean, they should know I have Cheren's Care because I Pal Padded it back last turn. Is it just one copy? Yeah, one copy of that. So, but I'd place Cheryl also, so I'll probably grab Cheryl next turn. I have Max Potion, so that actually I will plan on utilizing Max Potion next turn. Oh, they're going to knock me out. Oh, well. Do they? Actually, they might come up short there. They came up short, so that's not terrible, right? Now, the problem is... so I want to heal from the active. So that works. That's nice. Evolve this turn. I don't think I want to Cheren's Care this turn, do I? Well, maybe I do. No, I think I'll wait, right? I don't think they're going to knock him out, right? So, put down the Path. I'll miss Misfortune's Sisters this turn. Just make it. Just get rid of stuff from them. Okay. I don't go on Energy Loto at this point. No, I'll sit on that. So I will utilize this energy. Take the knockout. I lose the energy. So therefore, I want to utilize Cheryl. And I want just a nice energy there. Okay. Good. Obviously, they may, like I said, they may play Roxanne. I would think, you know, Roxanne's obviously a strong card. I don't think there's an N in format. There's going to be the card like N coming out. Iona coming out shortly. Let's see what they can do. Cheren's Care. Cheryl will heal all of my evolution Pokemon, which is nice. I lose the energy on all of them, of course. That's the downside, but That should put me in pretty solid shape, though, because at this point, we'll see what I do. I might actually. I don't think they can. I mean, I don't know. They might have a surprise for me, right? They may have some other attacker or something. So being at that damage number could cause me trouble. Yeah, so they're discarding, thinning their hand out. They're also getting close to decking out. Okay, bumping my stadium. Okay. Greens can actually get me the stadium if, right? Because that's a trainer card. But I probably need to heal here. Then it's what do I heal with, right? At this point, I will Cheren's Care, I think. Grab you. You become active. You go to the bench. I'm not going to attach energy, because why do that? Do I want a Pal Pad yet, or do I want to wait? Let's see. Do I want to use Hammer Lotto? I think I just kind of sit on things at this point, right? I think I sit on things. Max Glide. I should have game next turn. I'll search my deck for what do I need? Part of it is if I get End or something, or Marnie, I want to get the cards that I want. I want to get some cards I could utilize. That's true, but I also want to get... And I have all the cards I need, right? So, okay, there we go. How many Pal Pads do I play? Like 3? Take a look at the... Yeah, 3 Pal Pads. That's what I was thinking. Because I played what I believe I played one. I have one in hand, and I have one in the discard pot in the deck. So that's 3, and I didn't think I played 4. So, all right. So the deck is doing its thing here, as you can see. Look, it's not the most exciting games in the world with this deck. You're just kind of doing some damage, and it can work against multi-prize decks also. This is a single prize deck, which I think I'm going to win with. Obviously, if they one-shot me, I lose. There's no getting around that, but I don't think they're going to do that. Now, I don't knock out the Radiant Greninja, so they could send up Radiant Greninja if they want to try and stall. So this one does... Right, it puts 4 damage counters however they want. So if they get me to what, 270 damage, then I would then they could knock me out. But there we go. They know I have game next turn. So Togekiss VMAX, a fun deck, right? And I haven't played Green's Exploration in a while, I gotta say, and I do find that to be a fun card too. So a control stall. It's not a stall deck, right? You're attacking. It's a control and take prizes deck, I guess. Whatever the right term for that is. So just kind of getting the resources you want with your attack with Togekiss VMAX. With greens, you have the healing, disruption options. It's a fun deck to play, when you want to kind of make life miserable for your opponent. And you have some time to play. The games aren't fast, but a fun deck. And I suggest giving it a try. Take care.